Joe Kern has messaged the chat.
What?
Whoa, nice wiener.
What chat? What's going on? Huh? What?
Nothing.
Hopefully that records. We'll see.
Ooh, another 3 screen. Okay.
Oh, wait, I gotta get on Twitch right frickin' now.
Wait, should I start the go live, Joe?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Okay.
Wait.
I want to see the chat. I want to see that.
Hold up.
It was a
Morty.
text. It was a
It says
text.
updating settings for Twitch.
That's
Starting
very-
video transmission.
Real talk. I don't know if you guys can hear the song that's going on right now, but it's one of my
I
fucking
hear it.
favorites.
Oh, I can
Very
fucking
nice.
hear it. I'm just vibing with it right now.
Blade.
It was very loud, so I turned it down a little bit.
Yeah, I have my bot to like 30%. It's real low.
I just dropped it to 50.
Because it's supposed to be
Deep
like
bots.
background noise.
I might drop it lower.
Drop it low, girl. Drop it low, girl.
It's still loading on the start video transmission.
That's fine.
Wait, so
everybody's
how do
here.
you lower Hydra volume?
Oh, okay. Now it says it's...
Right click on the screen and then it can lower its own volume.
Or tap and hold since you're on a tablet.
Oh god, I get the chat. Oh, thank god I get the chat. It's my favorite part.
Wait,
Watch
what?
now.
Okay.
How to watch.
We should be live.
It's on.
Yeah.
We're on a thing.
Or tap and hold since you're on a tablet.
Wow, I look like a little K-popper.
Watch now.
Wow.
Okay.
How to watch.
Cut pop it out. I don't want to pop it out.
Can I pop your K, bro?
We're on a thing. Wow, I look like a little.
Welcome to the stream. My name is
Cut pop it out. I don't want to pop it out.
Sponsored by Michelob
Hey,
Ultra.
bro?
Clubs, baby.
No, we'll have to do another take. You cut out on that one.
welcome to the stream.
Oh,
my name
Are we
is,
doing takes?
Oh boy. It's about a 20-second delay. That's all right.
Sponsored by Michelob Ultra.
The important thing is it's
Clubs,
running.
baby.
Now we can
Is
cut all the
that
curse words.
is that
We'll have
my
to do
setting
another
though?
take
Because I
and cut
remember
out
when
on
I streamed, I set my delay
Oh,
because I was playing games, and it's like you don't want to get
It's about a 20-second
matched in
delay.
with someone
That's all right. Oh,
over and
no,
over again. That's okay.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Gotta be safe from those stream snipers.
Like, if
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Stream
for my
snipes.
3
manual thing,
viewers, you know. I can
can't have
change
them
it. I'm
close in
pretty
on your
sure.
Fortnite location.
Look, man. All right, I couldn't. All right, we're a team of girl gamers. We can't have that.
Where we dropping, lady?
Yeah.
Where we drop it? We're ready to hot drop. Okay.
Moisty Meyer.
Always.
I'm playing as Naruto.
Best loot.
Oh boy.
It
I
was
actually
fun,
used to
though.
fuck with Fortnite hardcore. I loved
Rachel,
that
I
game
hope
back
you
in
have
the day.
Christian set to a
You're
very low
dumb.
volume.
No, I don't.
Do
but
you want me to be low?
It's okay. We'll just blast our eardrums.
want.
Oh god. No.
Okay, so anyway, everybody ready?
No.
Yes.
Fucking have
You
everybody
know,
up.
you know,
So, welcome everyone
I'm sorry.
to the third campaign known as Labyrinths and Leviathans. As you all know, I am more than a little excited to begin your adventure. But before we play the game, I think it's important for us to establish some rules and guidelines that I think will be core to the game to ensure a positive experience for all of us and set up certain expectations that should be adhered to. So we'll begin with a few notes about rules. So rule 1, have fucking fun. The story is going to be serious, it's going to be thrilling, it's going to be peaceful and comical and hopefully a little touching. All of which don't mean
No
a
touching,
thing
please.
if we aren't having fun. Rule 2,
Oh, yeah.
Rule 2, some of you are familiar with this. It was spake. Don't say what you don't mean because I will make you roll for it. Rule 3, this game will have a huge focus on RP and will demand RP from the players. While metagaming is hard to never do, I only ask that meta is used for the sake of taking notes and for clarification, things like that. Rule 4, generally speaking, round down. If the PHB says round up, then do so. Rule 5, spells that require components can be ignored with a focus outside of things that require a monetary value. While I would have loved to accommodate the hardcore nature of finding and buying all those separate items to cast spells, there's just no way I could do it in a way that felt both balanced and engaging. So you may feel free to look for materials and items in shops or when you guys are out and about, but generally expect some unpreparedness on that front. Rule 6. To give another player advantage, I'm going to try and discourage you guys just saying like, oh, I give them advantage. Try to give it a little oomph. If you can stay in RP, then do so. And to add to this, advantage has to be given with good reason. So if our barbarian is trying to help our sorcerer with like spell recollection, maybe that doesn't quite constitute advantage.
I just want to ask one thing. Why the fuck am I the example?
Rule 7.
You're always Rule 7, John.
Rule 7.
Fuck you,
Hard
Joe.
time hearing you over the music.
Oh, if you so on the left side,
You can
where see all of
individually
our-
turn up people.
where you see all of our names, right-click the bot and move the slider down.
Yeah.
Tell that
Me?
bot who's boss.
Kern.
Discord,
Oh.
man.
Rule 7, rolling nat ones. I'm going to give you guys the choice of whether or not you want to roll on the fail chart this round. The chart is reduced to a list of 8 rather than 20 consequences, and overall, they're far less severe. So in combat is where all of the nat 1 fails will apply. So when that happens, I'll say like, hey, do you want to roll? And then you guys can choose, and it'll be a roll of the percentile die.
Always, Joe. Always.
Rule 8, inspiration is no longer a DM-only honorific. If any of you guys think that one of the other players truly ranked their character, or maybe they made a smart move, let me know, and I will grant inspiration for that.
That's hot.
Rule 9. 9, your safe words are Kriv or DM, that's too far. So this will make a lot more sense as I discuss topics further on.
Oh,
in the
God.
docket.
Okay.
All you need to know right now is that if I hear the phrase Kriv or DM, that's too far, I'll stop the game. We can take a moment to step back and talk things over. You know, we're all adults here, and we can all talk about things to keep the atmosphere healthy.
I think we all know I'm still a child.
Yes.
What do you mean, we?
Rule 10. Kindly, do not ask if you are leveling up after a session. This
What?
campaign, this,
Well, Adam's not here, so I don't think
given
we have to
how
worry about
long
it too
this
much.
campaign is set to, given how long this campaign is set to run, there could be extended periods of time between levels, and I don't want to be asked every session, like if that's going to happen. Rule
I have
11,
dark vision.
Rule 11, and this is a good one for interruptions.
No dark vision.
No one is above getting
Aw.
kicked out. Christian, looking at you, boy.
Oh.
Really?
No one is above getting kicked out, and this
You
includes
Kern?
me. This includes me. We're all here to have fun, and if there's beef from the past,
Oh,
we gotta leave it there, and let's
Beef.
start this journey with a new, clean slate. Sub rule to 11. If beef really is too much to leave behind, if there is any, bring it up privately to the DM, and we'll work towards resolution. I think based on how much time and effort I have put into this game, into everyone's character, everyone is fully aware I want each and every one of you in this world, and I think we can be adults if a problem arises. So, clarifications. Prepare to witness and engage in uncomfortable moments. To preface this, I will rarely, if ever, direct any of these topics towards you, the players, or your characters. I will, however, include many of the topics I'm going to go over towards NPCs, and you as the players will have the choice to engage. So I do this as a way to bring a sense of realism into the world, and as a precaution when they come up, please keep in mind that I wholly intend for their usage to be used only as a way to create atmosphere and dynamisty in my storytelling. I looked at the chat and I lost my place. Bork. So these things I'm going to go over, I do not in any way condone these behaviors or anything like that. And while I know that you guys all know me and personally will not find that to be a great shock, I think it's quite fair to state that since this will be live streamed and the world is crazy and people who don't know me might think certain things, and I just want to make sure that's out there. on the various topics that may be touched upon that could create these kind of uncomfortable moments, whatever. This world is vast. It's going to have racism. It's going to have sexism and homophobia and assault, violent and sexual, ageism, segregation, and so on and so on. And I'm going to take this moment to remind you guys that your safe words, if anything is too far, is Kriv or DM. That's too far. Some of these topics, like as I use them in my writing, surprised even myself when I put them in. So if anything you guys witness or whatever goes beyond what you're comfortable engaging with, that's how we begin to address it. Included with this category, so that it has its own clarification, is cultural mimicry and impersonation. So just as our own world is vast and eclectic, so too will my characters be. I want to state very precisely that I intend to mimic, to the best of my abilities, just about any and every culture, accent, and dialect that I possibly can, could, should, would, whatever. It is not my intention to mock these cultures or perform stereotypes for comedic value. That's not going to happen. I'm going to be doing my best to mimic their sounds and mannerisms to pay them tribute in the most respectful way that I possibly could by including them in this world. Moving on to the fun stuff. This campaign is not about loot or min-maxing. Enemies that carry big weapons or armor will not always drop that stuff for pickup or resale. This is due to the fact that the campaign is intended to be based on emotion in RP. Having said clarification 3 there will be loot to get. And when the time comes for like the really good drops, like legendary level stuff, excuse me, man, my voice is leaving me. I will have a list of items pre-selected for you guys, and I will just roll the dice to see who gets what. So then, the next time when a good loot drop, when another good loot drop comes, the person who got the last one will just be taken out of the list, and it'll be down to the 4 people who are left, and so on and so on. Good. You guys are starting the game with nothing but a dagger and some personal items, as the commoner class dictates. Much of the main items that are class specific will come after we play through as the commoners. And when the session first begins, you will not have your dagger. You guys will all get that at a point. And the final clarification, I highly recommend keeping very organized digital notes of certain things such as NPCs or quest logs, as it'll be pretty easy to lose these things from town to town. Many of the places and people in this world could be or might be connected, and good notes will definitely help down the line. And with that...
Nice tankard.
Thank you. And with that, we have our world opening. The world of Camarilla is a mosaic of a landscape with dynamic towns, climbing mountains, sinking oceans, dense forests, tyrannical leaders, emerging technologies, and more. There is a great deal of discovery to be made in this world by those who are willing enough to pursue the noble calling of becoming an adventurer. Some of whom are flung headlong into unknown winds, while others may explore leisurely, and some waiting their entire life before beginning at all. Little is known about the history of the world or how it was formed, and even less is known what came long before. However, it is known through the oldest texts and artifacts that have been preserved that enough time has passed to determine the current day and age to be known as the Fenian Era, year 2997. The world as of late has been a quiet and solemn place, with many trying to discover their own purpose in life and where they belong, while others are simply looking for something to believe in, and some are beginning a brand new story that will change their lives forever. Players, I will call on each of you to give a brief description of your character as we are about to begin episode 1. You don't have to get in character for the descriptions, but that will be starting up just after. So since we are going character alphabetic, Ryan, if you will please describe Arkul for everyone.
Arkul, things. Before you, you see a red dragonborn with golden black horns, a little bit of a orange yellow kind of underbelly from the neck up that you can see. Kriv, are we just wearing like scrubs, or like are we wearing like?
Yeah. So there are commoner clothes. You're not
Okay.
wearing anything that would boost AC in any way.
No, like no special paladin armor yet.
No special paladin armor yet.
Okay.
No. Any
+5.
any commoner clothing that you think that they might have on, like what he might wear under his armor, since on a normal day he might be wearing that, or just maybe just festive wear. It's really up to you.
So he's got a white short sleeve tunic on. You can see a little necklace around his neck, along with kind of short brown capri shorts because he's got those dragon legs. Can't wear boots. About 7 foot tall. Yeah. Unless I forgot something, that's all I got right now.
That'll work. Rachel with Charlotte.
All right. So her full name is Charlotte, but everyone calls her Char.
Wife, what you doing?
She is a pink tiefling. So she's
Ryan.
kind of like rose gold pink colored. She has blonde hair, black like ram's horns curling down. Her eyes are gold. She has about average height, and she just wears like layers of clothing, so like definitely commoner clothes, but she's got like 2 skirts on for some reason, and maybe like a short sleeve shirt and a long sleeve shirt, and maybe a vest as well. And there's just like pockets sewn onto all of it with like flowers and like breadcrumbs and like random things in every single pocket. But she's just very like, she looks very fun.
I love it.
Shaw.
Christian with Mr. Felixis, or Mrs. I guess.
Felixis. Well, in terms of appearance, Felix, he is a very slender, effeminate-looking moon elf. He has long black hair with like a blue tint to it. Eyes are very dark. One of the big symbols that you can probably see in his character portrait is he has a crescent moon tattooed on his forehead because his clan worships certain things that I can't tell you about yet. But yeah, in terms of build, very slender, very elf-like, but looks very effeminate. At first glance, you would probably think he's a woman. In terms of like the clothes, very dark, all black, commoner's clothes. I wouldn't say he has like sorcerer's robes yet, but he is a sorcerer, or will be once he's not a commoner.
Will be.
But other than that, yeah, just a very effeminate-looking moon elf. And that's about it for now.
Perfect. Kern with Hadrian.
Hadrian is a half elf. He has like long black and dyed garnet hair. He's wearing his family's robes, which are also colored garnets, primary color in their crest. He comes from a mountain city, Fury Keep, and he has a sunstone necklace, and he comes with like an air of mystery around him.
Ooh.
Almost uncertainty.
An air of mystery around him. Take a deep breath. Okay, and last but certainly not least, John with Rigurd.
We all know I'm least. Thanks.
All right, last and
Oh,
last
yeah.
we have Rigurd.
You haven't done anything yet. Give it
Poor John.
give it
Exactly,
a session. Give it a session.
It won't even take that long.
Give it a
So
session.
Rigurd is this goblin with a kind of palish green skin. It's not as bright green as it is in the portrait, but pale green skin, silver hair, one long ponytail comes down to about mid-back, some smaller braids that come down to chin. Just a few on one side of the head. The side of his head is buzzed. And then doesn't really have shoes, just kind of linen wraps around his feet. And then a kind of tattered pair of shorts, but a kind of unbecoming of him, very nice black fur-lined jacket.
Very cool. And
Have we confirmed that he's a goblin e-boy?
Just a quick update. We lost.
Like, is he a hot goblin? Oh yeah, we did lose Kern.
He's
No, he's not a hot goblin. That's not in the books. No, sorry.
Damn.
You don't
Goblins,
get this.
goblins can't be hot, but he's the most attractive goblin you've seen.
Oh,
I was gonna look at that
no.
character portrait. Look at the character portrait and tell me he's not a hot goblin.
Rachel,
Yeah.
real quick on the OBS mixer, can you add whatever microphone you're using to pick up your voice?
Oh, is it not picking me up?
I think yours is not going through the stream.
How do I do that?
no.
Oh God.
Where it says, where's my mouse? Where it says sources, click the plus.
Mhm.
God damn it.
Okay.
Audio input capture,
Oh boy. Okay.
and then add source. And it,
I wonder if it.
Got
Yeah. I mean, you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
we can hear
Yeah.
you, but OBS is not picking up your voice through Discord. You have to do it like your mic will go directly to the OBS as well as Discord.
Okay. Add existing source or add a new source?
Probably new.
I'm just gonna call it Rachel to make things easy.
Yeah, name stuff whatever you have to.
Add source.
Add the sauce.
Oh.
Guys, I get so nervous introducing characters. I was like shaking during that.
Oh,
I'm trying.
but you did so well. Oh, it's probably because I have.
I don't know.
a
It's like one,
microphone. Okay.
like everyone knows what my character is gonna be
Doesn't
like,
really
but
have
I'm just like,
shoes,
oh,
kind of,
Felix is a
linen
moon
wraps around his
elf.
feet.
Alright,
You're not a
so-
lame Christian.
Do I need to test it first for it to work?
I am
A kind of tattered pair of
listening to the
shorts.
stream.
Okay.
Well, if you like where it says mixer in OBS, if you scroll down to where it should say, I think you named it Rachel,
Mm-hmm.
it should react whenever you speak.
Oh, so I don't need to save it?
No, it's already there.
Oh, right.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wah! Too far. Yeah, okay.
I was gonna
mean,
say,
the green
You
bar
sound like me
goes
now.
Okay.
across.
So
For
now,
Rachel.
now the stream should be able to.
Okay. I wonder too if I have a bad habit of muting and then talking and forgetting I muted myself.
That's fine.
Push to talk.
Okay. So
I do that in Zoom
Yeah.
meetings all the
all of
time.
the audio should be good now. So
Yada 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 yada.
each of you had received a statement saying what your character was doing shortly before this moment in the world. The final conversations they had with the people they last saw in the place they last remember being. The last thing that happened was each of your characters falling into a state of trance and hearing a deep and ethereal voice call out to them. And no, I don't have the voice modulator, it's just gonna be vanilla.
Damn it!
My chosen. The world has fallen into a state of disharmony and ataxia. You and your ancestors have been but passengers on the vessel that travels through this time. I am calling upon you to enact the paradigm to become the warriors for change in this existence. To answer this calling, you must be prepared to metamorphose and reconcile yourself to become worthy of this journey. You will not find this adventure to be without peril, nor will you find peaceful sleep every night hereafter. Nor may you desire to complete this enterprise after the years it may take to finish. However, in your success, you will live on in this world for thousands of lifetimes beyond that of your own. To become the adventurers I foresee, you will need time to grow, to develop your skills, and to become formidable against whatever you may face along the way. You will find yourselves in strange lands with strange people, and I assure you that on this path you have been set, you will flourish and become more than you ever could have in your homes. There are adventurers like you. Excuse me. There are adventurers like you in this world, and your paths will cross from time to time. Some at the start, and some at the end. They share the same purpose as you, and represent but a fraction of the beauty that this world has to offer. Those who are willing to join with you will become your greatest ally in this adventure. Hear them just as clearly as you hear me now, and know this. The time to revive the world has begun. Now, arise from your sleep. I will always be watching, and I will seek unto your ears again when I will to do so. Now, wake. So, as each of your characters begins to come to consciousness in their own time, vaguely remembering what you were last doing, like so often happens when we wake up from a vivid dream and slowly return to the reality that is actually around us. The warmth of the sunlight first overtakes you as you realize the beams of vibrancy that stab at your eyelids. The cool breeze caresses your face and cools your skin. The birds chirping in the background rouse you from your sleep. And in a moment, you each immediately snap out of your tiredness as several loud barking dogs begin snapping their jaws at you from behind a fence. You guys kind of each come to your own shock, and you can see that they're all lashing against their taut leashes, ensuring that they cannot reach you. So you are each together now.
Oh. What a strange dream. He's kind of talking to himself. Not really. He's aware that there's other people, but he's just inner monologuing outwardly. What was that?
Where are we?
So
Go ahead.
How are you?
I'm not sure. Why are there so many dogs leashed up over there?
Looking around where you guys are, you seem to be on a single plot of land that is largely dug out of a hillside. There is a singular square house off to one side, and a few pens where there are a small number of animals as well as the dogs. Just to kind of paint the scene.
Felix looks at Rigurd. I think I know who you are.
I don't know, maybe I had
The
one of those
thief! No, you don't remember.
I was at that. Who are you
What?
calling a thief?
You literally stole from our village.
I had my reasons.
I got a lot of flack because of you. I stood up for you.
But, well, I don't know why, but I do appreciate it.
I guess I'll take that as a thanks. But who are you guys?
And he looks at everybody else.
Well, I'm Char, and I am very glad to make new friends.
You think I'm your friend already?
Well,
He beams a little bit
I mean, you haven't tried to stab me yet, so that's a good plus, right?
I'm not much for stabbing, but my name's Felixis. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
And what about you guys?
and he sees Arkul and he's like, what? He is his mouth is dropped. He's like, he's never seen a dragonborn before. He's like, what the fuck? Just in awe.
Who are you guys?
I'm. My name is Arkul. Where are we? Who are you?
You are pretty cool, but I don't. That's not really a name, is you are cool.
Oh, so I think
You
that
look
is
cool.
his name.
Arkul is my name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
and then
a really
he's just
nice
like-
name too.
What kind of the name is Felixia? Lucky potion?
Is that what
it's
that means?
Felixis, but you can call me Felix.
Okay. So you've got two names.
Well, no, it's more just shorter and easier to say.
Okay, well, we kind of find that confusing, but we'll work through that.
So as you guys are having this interaction, like I'm mumbling to myself, like, where am I? What day is it? Where? And I'm like frazzled. And like haven't even like
What are you blabbering on about?
I'm supposed to be saving my girlfriend. Where am I? What's today?
I don't know. I just kind of woke up here randomly too. This is weird.
What
I kind of
do
had
you
some
mean?
errands. I had some errands to attend to myself.
I was on my way to the training grounds, which aren't around here.
Well, you guys are busy people. I wasn't doing much of anything, to be honest, so this is a really nice adventure.
Yeah, I guess. I have some sort of feeling that. I mean, this voice in my dreams told me to befriend strangers and that you guys would prove useful. I can't really remember. It's kind of hazy, but did you guys, by chance, have a similar dream?
Well,
I can recall.
if it's about friends, then definitely. And I'm gonna go make friends with those dogs. And I'm gonna kind of walk towards the dogs and like.
I'm gonna like reach up and grab her like
Oh,
wrist,
God.
whatever I can, wrist, hand, whatever I can reach. I don't think that's a wise choice.
Oh, okay.
Do
Well,
the dogs look vicious, or are they just startled by the fact that there's like 6 people in a field?
Make a perception. Actually, make an insight check.
Rachel, by the way, fuck you for looking down in your from your camera.
Oh my god, first roll.
God damn it!
I gotta pull my sheet.
I'm being in
Were the
character.
sheets?
I know it's good, but fuck you.
I rolled an 11 for insight.
If Felix is having a hard time kind of discerning what a dog bark means exactly, as far as he
Happy
can tell,
bark.
like, yeah, like they look like they're. I mean, they're not like standing up, like choking themselves with their collars or anything like that. But they are. Their leashes
Alert.
are. Yeah, their leashes are like taut, like end to collar, like they want to get at you guys.
Well, I would like to just take a step or two forward from where I am and like actively say, "Hi, doggies. My name is Char. It's nice to meet you."
So
And like just begin a conversation with the dogs, like asking them about their day.
So the barking definitely subdues to like aggressive growling, and while they like kind of calm down their leashes, they have a little bit more slack in them now. And excuse me, you can see like past them where the house is, there is a singular person looking back at you guys who now like recognizes like, oh my god, there's somebody here. You can from where you're standing, you can kind of tell that she's wearing kind of basic looking clothes. She has her hair up in a bun. Or I'm sorry, I mixed up my notes. She has a short bob cut, rather, that is sort of faded black, nearly all gray, and she has pretty well-worn clothes as well as a sort of a basic-looking vest. She has a monocle that is like that is affixed to one place on her face, sort of in the same fashion that like you'd see eye patches used, but this one has a monocle on it. And she begins to head over towards you guys, and she like corrals the dogs, and she's like, doing all calling the dogs and making all those clicks and affectionate motions, and kind of gets them away from the fence. And she like looks over these fucking weirdos in like one of her animal pens now, like, hello, what are you all doing here? And she like looks at Char like, okay, and then she looks at like Arkul, like bigger horns, like, okay, do you all speak the common language?
I hope so.
Okay.
Excuse us, miss. We are kind of lost. Unfortunately, cannot explain how we got here, but my name is Arkul Yol-ixen. I am a Sentinel Paladin in training. Would you care to tell us where we are?
Arkul,
He is really cool.
He says it under his breath.
Well, we are outside Ilanda Vale. I am not very well traveled. I'm not quite sure where Dragon's Vale might be. And she looks at Char, kind of unsure how to address everyone. And are you also from Dragon's Vale?
No, I've never heard of that. I'm just woke up here, and now we're here, and I was trying to make friends with your dogs. They seem very nice. So, I just made new friends with all these people, and we can be friends too if you'd like to be friends. We're good friends with people. We have a lot of friends. But I don't know where I am. I don't know where I've been. That's the fun of things.
Felix looks physically uncomfortable because he does not have a lot of friends at all.
Yeah.
It's definitely a little put off by the bubbliness. Not used to that.
And then he'll like very awkwardly extend his hand to shake hers, but unbeknownst to him, he's going to accidentally cast Prestidigitation.
Oh god.
And just like,
You get that at commoner level 2. You don't have that yet.
oh fuck, my bad. I'm sorry.
Burn! Ha!
Damn. All right. Well, never mind. I guess it was Spake. He's still gonna try to shake her hand.
That's
I'm
once.
Felix.
And is he like quivering, or does he have like clammy
Yeah.
palms?
Yeah, he is so awkwardly just social. He's just socially awkward, and like he doesn't meet men. Like this is a lot of strangers for him. Like he's used to the same. He's used to the same people like almost every day. So like he gets drifters in the town every once in a while, but he's like,
I'm Felixis Moonbourne. Pleasure to meet you.
And she's
Nice
like,
dogs.
she was visibly confused from when Char said she just woke up here, like kind of like the flags are going up that like you guys are from a place she's never heard of, and now it's I just woke up here. And so she takes your wet noodle of a handshake and is like, it's nice to meet you, Miss Felicity.
he does not correct her. He does not correct her at all. He's like,
I'm Elizabeth Davidson.
just literally going based off of stuff like he's seen like in like maybe like drama club when he was younger. He like says charmed, I'm sure, and he like curtsies.
Stop. Stop.
And he like
Charmed.
And
It's never mind.
yeah, she like. Okay. Oh.
Elizabeth, my name's Hadrian. Can you tell me what today's date is?
That's a perplexing question. Yes, it's the 8th. It's June 8th. Why?
It's been 2 weeks.
We
Is
are
that is
2 weeks from Starleaf Vale? Or is that where you're from?
no? I'm from Fury Keep.
From Oh.
How far are we from the stronghold of Fiery Ruin?
We might have to go into town for this one. This might be a little bit more beyond what I'm able to handle. And she like looks over at Rigurd like, are you a goblin?
What else would I be?
Oh, I've heard so much about your kind. Let's get to town and we'll gather everyone together and maybe Briar can answer some of your questions. He's much more well traveled than I am. Or maybe my husband can. He's also kind of worldly in a mystic kind of way. Do you all mind if we're a little ways away from town? Can you walk? Is traveling okay?
Can we take your dogs with us into
And
town?
She looks down and they're all like laying around her feet, like just panting, and she's like, boys, and she like unhooks their chains and she's like, and she does the like, come on, let's go. And they all like, they do that like where they like rear their head back and their head is going backwards but their rear is going forwards, so it's kind of like a spring.
Yeah.
And they like sprint off forwards down kind of a pathway you guys can see.
Oh god. I am going to sprint along with them on all fours.
So Rigurd,
That looks kind of fun. I didn't know that goblins walked like that. Did anybody else? I didn't even know he's a goblin, to be honest.
I'm afraid he's the only one who I... And she like looks at Hadrian. Well, you look elvish?
Yes, I'm a half elf.
Oh, I didn't know you could have half of an elf.
My father's human, my mother's an elf.
Ooh,
That makes
scandalous.
sense. Okay.
Thus the half.
Okay. Well,
Can I pet one of your dogs?
she's like, well, they're already like miles down the road. When they come back. Yes.
Thank you.
Are you all prepared?
Dog petting minigame.
Roll to pet. Remember that one, Christian?
Fail! The dog has died.
Not one.
How do you fail petting a dog? He found a way.
You
found a
pet
way.
a little too hard.
Ouch.
We are ready. Well, as ready as we
Let's
can be,
go.
I think.
Okay. Just let me tidy up a few things. And she walks away and goes to some of the other animal pens. She has very few animals out here. A couple chickens that are
Hello.
free ranging. She has a few cows that are behind their own fence, and there are many lanterns around. She walks over to the shed that you guys can now see is much smaller than it might have appeared to be when you were kind of focusing on the world as dogs were barking at you. She tidies things up. You can see there's like a couple cots in there, and she grabs like a heavy satchel and closes the door. You notice that there's no locks on the door. Like, she's really not worried about being like discovered or whatever by randos. So she lets out a loud whistle, and so Rigurd, you're out there in the middle of the fucking forest with these dogs. And what's your passive perception? Not very high. The dogs like turn on
It's neutral.
They turn on a dime and they head immediately back, kind of doing the same like spring thing that they did before. And she's like, "Oh, where are they?" And then you guys can see them like there's like the rustling of leaves, but you can't see the dogs yet. And then they zoom out. There's my boy, poof, and they knock her down. And she's
Yay!
like, okay, thank you, that's enough. And she gets them off. She gives them like she boops them on the nose and she pets their ears. Stay with us.
I'm just kind of walking back.
Yeah, and she's like looking around.
I'm still like, I don't know how I want to say. I'm still kind of trotting on all fours, but like,
He got that.
my face is very much like, what the fuck? Where'd everyone go?
Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at?
So she like stands
Let
up
the
and
dogs out.
adjusts her monocle and like dusts and I already said she dusts herself off. She stands up. Where's the goblin?
I don't know.
You ran off with your dogs.
He's,
Are you not all friends? Shouldn't you know where your friend is?
Unfortunately, we
I'm
have
on my
no idea
way!
who
Just met.
we are to each other. We just kind of appeared.
Yeah, as crazy as
Oh.
it sounds, our meeting was by chance, and we had no intention of waking up in your field.
And she's... Oh.
And I don't remember drinking any alcohol or doing anything that would, lapse my consciousness. It was kind of a weird freak accident of sorts.
You didn't drink a potion that said "drink me,"
Please tell
or
me that's
eat a
not what
cake that
you
said
did.
"eat me"? No.
Don't think I've ever seen that before.
Oh, good. Okay. Thank goodness. Oh, finally, I
Oh,
can
he
go
was
through
eating
that again.
something though.
Fucking drink me.
That's what it says.
Okay.
Well,
Cloves.
have very strange stories. We'll start walking and we'll sort this out when we get back to Alena Vale. So the dogs kind of keep like a 20-foot perimeter around her as you guys start walking back on this. It's a path that's almost just starting to be kind of worn into the ground. You can see like one minor trail of a few inches wide, sort of distinguishing itself from the foliage as you guys begin this walk back to town. So it does take 2 hours to get from here to town, and she does try to converse with you guys, and eventually you guys meet back up with Rigurd, so you guys are 5 again. And she tells you guys that where she was is sort of her getaway spot. She likes to go there to get away from the noisy town and from the noisy people, and she talks about how much she really just loves being out in nature in its own form. Like, it's other than the house, everything's pretty raw, and that's where she talks. Like, you can almost see it in her eyes, like how much she just enjoys being away from everyone and just basking in whatever is natural, whatever that might mean. Do you think she tells you that she is married? She is married to a man named Gregor, a fine man, and she has one son, Janice, whom she is very proud of. So as you guys make your way back to town, having whatever conversations, the walk back is both serene and beautiful. Pretty much everybody other than Felix has been in a dense forest like this before, and it's and those of you who have still find it novel that there are subtle differences in the ambience and the foliage. Different kinds of trees abound. Bird songs sound at a different pitch and a different cadence. The ground has a different softness, all of that. As you guys begin to approach Alena Vale, she kind of announces like as soon as you guys can see like buildings and hear some commotion beyond the ending tree line that you are approaching. Alena Vale is a quiet and peaceful farm town near the northwestern forests of the world of Camarilla. The people here are quiet and reserved, and they are mostly mocha-skinned humans, pretty much all of them, with short and very curly hair. Their eyes are almond-shaped, and their average height is around or a little less than 6 feet. The town isn't bustling full of people, but there is enough population to make it feel like it's full of life, and it has a demeanor of its own. The general color aesthetic are sort of dull tans and browns and emerald greens to add in a very lively and earthy feel to the town. Their clothes, like Elizabeth's, are really nothing fancy or show-offy. A lot of them are sort of muted and like they've worn the same thing for years, that kind of feeling. Many of the homes are varied in size, from individual plots with farm animals to taverns to single homes on their own small plots. There's a healthy abundance of trees as well as a stone pathway through the living spaces. In the center of town, in the town square, there is a very large standing statue, and we'll get to that. So as you guys begin to approach the town, and you can see kind of the people connecting with Elizabeth as she returns, a lot of them saying, "Good morrow, Elizabeth. Welcome back from," looking over at everybody. And she's like, I know, we're going to talk about it, like we'll be by the Traveler. And many of them are like, of course, and they'll offer like a slight bow before they step aside.
I will literally bow back to everybody who bows to me.
Yeah, so you can make sure I have. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I had to make sure I have the right town notes. Yeah, so you Char very quickly picks up. It can range from formal to informal to casual, like how they bow to each other. There's almost differing degrees of how they bow, and mostly as they pass each other, it's kind of just a slight nod. Some people go the extra mile to stop and bow, and so on. So as you guys mosey your way into the town square, it feels like it's pretty early morning as you guys pull into the shop, and there is a sizable crowd around the statue at this point. So the statue, so she tells you guys, like, kind of, this is the town square where most of the time they'll conduct their business, or weird one-off things like this, they'll conduct it as a town. And she goes into a little bit of detail about the statue of the Traveler that she gestures. And she has this like little tale behind it. It's said to have been built by the founder of Elan de Vale himself some few hundred years ago. It stands tall in the center of the town square, a faceless figure adorned in billowing robes and holding out their hand, which holds a small, brightly colored orb that emits a bright white light and has smaller encircling orbs that float around it. So it takes a little while for everyone to form up, and there's whispers and oohs and ahs as the freak show comes to town. And she, as everybody's kind of building up, she's looking, it's like, okay, like she's identifying if certain people are here. Okay, good, okay. So it's Arkul and Felicity and Hadrian? Okay. And she looks at Char, and what was your name?
You can call me Char.
Char, that's an interesting name. And she like looks at Rigurd like kind of with a smile. And what's your name?
I love that.
Rigurd.
And she's like, what?
It's Rigurd.
Richard?
Just a little bit of spite there, like he's doing this on purpose. It's Rigurd.
Rigurd, I'm sorry, Rigurd. I'm Elizabeth. It's a pleasure to meet you. And you can see her, like, her eyes kind of glow as she locks with somebody else in the crowd, and she gives a little hearty wave.
Oh God, not another one.
So, stepping, not another one, says the goblin. So, stepping out of the crowd is kind of an older man. You can see he's got, much like everybody else, well-worn traveler's clothes. He has sort of lighter skin than most people. His head is shaved with little hints of red and gray. He also has a red and gray, like, matching handlebar mustache, and has relatively muscular arms for his age. And he walks with a cane. Hello, Elizabeth. She's like, Jan, or Gregor. And she gives him a big hug, and they touch their foreheads together. And she stands rather eloquently with her hands clasped in front of her. Everyone, this is my husband, Gregor. And he puts his hand on his cane and like kind of wiggles his mustache a little bit. Nice to meet you, everyone.
Oh God.
Nice to meet you too. We're so happy to meet you.
Well, you're a strange crew, that's for sure. But we'll talk about that as we go along. I think we're waiting on Mr. Fisher. He'll be here in a moment. Who are they? Who are these? Who are they? And you can hear Elizabeth kind of tell everything that you guys have told her, but cleaned up a little bit so as not to rouse his suspicion. They just appeared in the encampment. It took them 2 weeks, and he like looks at who said 2 weeks? I think it was Hadrian.
Mm-hmm.
You're not from Cardia, are you?
No.
No. Okay. Well, the nearest towns is Cardi and then Starleaf Vale, but those are to the south and north, respectively. That's interesting. Briar, welcome. And so, as this kind of larger man steps out, Briar, as you guys saw in episode 0, he wears finer clothes than the rest of the people. It's kind of the same style of just a basic shirt and pants, but it'll be in like a nice silk. And he has a fine traveling cloak with him at all times. He has light, almost pure white skin and blue eyes. He has short, straight silver hair that he wears under a short brim straw hat. He is very thin, and his right arm is kind of gimped a little bit. He usually keeps it pretty close to him. Well, look at this. Never before have I seen such a ragtag crew before. Now, okay, well, immediately I see we have ourselves a dragon, and stops on Char for a minute. Okay, and looks over at Felix. Now, you wouldn't happen to be a moon elf, would you? Oh no, Christian, you're frozen.
I nudge Felix if he's not actually frozen.
Hello?
Okay, we can
hear me?
you. There you go.
I don't know what's going on. Like, my connection just, like, took a dump.
Yeah. Now,
can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah. You wouldn't happen to be a moon elf now, would you?
I am a moon elf. How'd you know?
Oh!
He's like kind of excited that like someone understands.
He brings his hand up to clap with his gimp arm. Oh, I spent quite a few years with the Fane at the Fane of Faerun. Is that where you're from? Are you from the Fane, boy? And you can see Elizabeth turn red a little bit when he says boy. She's like,
dude, I'm sorry. Like, I cannot.
No.
But no.
You're going in and out.
Yeah. Oh no.
Lumps. My freaking. God damn it. Jump to somebody else. Let me try to fix my connection. Sorry.
You're fine, dude. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I got some other questions I want to ask your friends here, and I'll come back to you. And looks at Hadrian is rather tall, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's like locking eyes with you. Yeah, you're also an elf. Where are you from?
Oh, yes. From. Sorry. What did you cut out?
He asks Hadrian where he's from.
From Furikeep.
Oh, now that's a mighty fine city. I wasn't there nearly as long as I was with the Moon Elves, cause I lean more towards, and he like gestures towards the villagers, towards small and more familiar kinds of towns you see. And Fury Keep is mighty big, and he looks over at Arkul, and so is Dragon's Vale, where I would wager you come from.
All dragonborns are from Dragon's Vale.
Well, see, now that's why I guessed. Okay, and he, like, looks way down at Rigurd. And
fuck you.
Rigurd, he has his shoulders covered, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he like looks at all of the tattoos that you have exposed. He's like, "Oh, well, I haven't seen those markings before. Where you from, boy? Well, what's your name? How about we start with names? How about them apples? I'm Briar. I'm Briar Fisher. It is most pleasurable to meet your acquaintance."
As I've already told your woman, the name's Rigurd.
He looks back at Elizabeth. "Oh, she ain't my woman. She's with Janice there. That's rather funny. But no. Briar is as Briar does. Briar's on his own now, see, and Elizabeth and Janice, they're the Davidsons. And where's your boy?" And they like both look around and just kind of shrug. "Oh, well, he'll get here in his time, I'm sure. I don't actually see Kendra either. Do we know where Kendra? No? Okay, that's all right. Well, why are we meeting here today, Elizabeth? Would you mind catching us up?" So Elizabeth again reiterates like kind of what happened and where you guys were from. And the town is, you can kind of feel like the vibe change as she explains it to Briar, who's understandably skeptical. Okay. Now, Mr. Arkul, as I understand, how did you get here from Dragonsvale in a matter of 2 weeks?
That's a little bit hard to explain. I was on my way to the training grounds early in the morning, and then all of a sudden we just woke up in the middle of the field. Had a quick dream, but unfortunately I can't tell you much from there. I don't know how we happened to get here.
And he's like kind of like zooming in on you a little bit, like, a dream, huh? What happened in the dream? Mind telling me that, boy?
I can't remember much, but it was just a voice in our head telling me to wake up. And he said some other stuff, but it's hard to remember. But that's it. There's nothing more to it.
Okay. All right. Now, and he'll like kind of address the crowd. Now, I'll say this. It's a little strange, but I believe him. And there's almost like a what kind of going over the crowd. I know. Call me crazy. I've seen a lot of things out in my travels now, and I think that they is telling the truth. And I think we need to treat them with respect. Now, to y'all, I will say that the people here are familiar with each other, and changes such as extreme and unusual as this might be a little difficult to adjust to. Maybe, and he'll call on a couple people. Matthew and Dominic, are you here? Okay, I see you. Melandrew, are you here too? Okay. Excuse me. And what?
Just the fucking what was that last name again?
Melandrew.
Oh.
Why?
I don't know why that name just it hurts to hear.
It's a Guild Wars reference.
Sorry about that, guys. I think
His computer's back on just to hear that.
Did I do it? But yes, I am
again.
I'm from Fiery Ruin. No.
Are you from the Fane of Fiery Ruin?
I'm from the stronghold of Fiery Ruin.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think now. I think there's a couple of y'all now. I can't remember.
Would Felix have knowledge of the other fiery ruin locations?
Whoa, good question.
Because you said Fane, and I was like, there's another one.
Make a history check.
Second roll of the game.
Another 11. Wow.
Also, this
He
current song
might
is on. I also
know.
fucking like this one too. Another 11. So,
It's a goat playlist.
Felix wasn't
I feel like
necessarily
10s and 11s are very common.
Felix wasn't necessarily a scholar or like an academic when he was in school or learning about certain things.
No.
I would say hearing him talk about it kind of like you can feel the gears turning. Like I am pretty sure
He's not like 100%. He's just like,
yeah, because it's not something where like it's like you talk about it every day. Like, you know, there are other countries in the world, but we don't really talk about them all that much. Like you do if it's a specific conversation, but not just like in general conversation. So he's like, that sounds valid, but I can't really confirm or deny if there are more.
But yeah, the stronghold of Fiery Ruin. My clan's been there, I think, for as long as I can remember.
Okay. Yeah, it's been quite a while since I've been down to see the old moon elves. Well, happy to have you here. Now,
How come you didn't ask me where I'm from?
And he like stops to pause for a second.
We have a hometown too.
Well, oh, and if you guys see me like looking over here, that's where my Discord screen is. I need to be looking at the camera. Well, you're right, Miss Shaw. That is quite rude of me. Where are you from?
Well, I'm not going to tell you now because you didn't ask me and I had to ask you first.
Well, I wasn't trying to be rude.
Oh, there.
I wasn't trying to be rude or nothing. I was just, I was pleasantly surprised to see a moon elf here. That's all.
He is really pretty.
And Elizabeth and Janice kind of whispering to each other, and Janice like trying not to laugh, like, oh, I thought that was a girl.
Oh, yeah,
he bats his eyelashes, like not even realizing how girly it looks. He's like,
So are you in charge here, or is
No.
Miss Elizabeth in charge?
We don't have an in charge per se. We're mostly on our own here, but we settle things as a town. And apparently, I am the most well-traveled here, as it turns out. And so they like to lean on me for questions of this kind of strange nature, and I like to pay them back for their hospitality, as I would like to extend to you. Now, do y'all have any money or anything to your name?
I'm gonna pull out some flowers and half of a cracker.
So you pull out the cracker, and there's like a little paw like grabbing at it, like I wasn't done with that yet.
Oh, 1 second. Cracker's not up for grabs. Put the cracker back.
He like looks down.
do we notice the paw?
Make a perception check. See if you can snag it.
12.
Could I have that cracker?
She said it's not for grabs.
Yeah, the cracker's not up for grabs anymore. I'm sorry. I didn't know that we were still using it.
But I don't have to grab it. You could just drop it.
I can't drop it. I need to put it back in my pocket for us to keep and use. We will eat
It's
that later.
rude to eat in front of people.
Wait, what do you mean we?
Who is us?
Who's
You keep
us?
saying we.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess, let me 1 second. I'm gonna, like, talk to the pocket. Like, do you want to come out and introduce yourself?
You guys just see like nuzzling in the pocket, and she'll put her hands up like, yeah, pick me up.
All right, I'll pick her up and put her on my hands.
What do they see?
They see a tiny little mouse, and she does have little mouse clothes on, and she has a little mouse sword. It's like a little toothpick. And her name is Mally,
amazing.
M-A-L-L-Y. Mally M. Coombe. She's got a full name. And I'm like, oh, Mally, you know, we're together forever.
And she has like her hand on her toothpick and is like looking up all noble, like like a little trumpet noise, like.
I mean, every decision we have to make together, so that's why I say we and us.
You're telling me you let this snack help make your decitions?
Well, first of all, she has feelings too,
Yeah,
and
she's
not
like,
a snack.
She...
How dare you think to eat her? She is a personality of herself. She's got thoughts and feelings, and she's not appreciative of this. Can you not hear her talk to you?
Can I see the mouse be aghast?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's literally holding it. Yeah, the mouse.
Felix is just bewildered that the mouse is holding a weapon and like acting almost humanoid. He's just like,
What?
Can you not hear her talk? Anybody?
I don't hear anything,
unfortunately, you
but
can't
this is
hear her
pretty
talk.
incredible.
You can't?
It's a
I've never
mouse.
seen
I
a
can't-
mouse this tame before.
Mice don't talk. They're just.
Did you
they're-
train her?
She does
No.
seem very well for herself.
Yeah, I didn't train her. We escaped together, and she's been with me forever since. So I'm like, can't comprehend the fact that they can't hear her talking. Like, my
Briar.
brain is like short-circuiting.
Briar
Char
cuts
just
in.
crazy.
the whole town were just like, you have a mouse that you talk to.
Briar cuts in like
Just casual,
Yeah,
like.
that is an adorable mouse. Now, did you just say you escaped?
You can't hear the mouse?
I'm not really concerned about the mouse at this time.
Ah!
Did you say? Yeah, even like Mally and Char have like the same expression on. Did you say you escaped?
Mally and I did, yes, years ago.
Okay, from where?
Well, so I'm not 100% sure, and Mally's not 100% sure, right? Yeah, no, she's not 100% sure either. Yeah? Okay, so we've...
Like,
We've-
yes, I am sure that no.
Well,
I love it.
what happened was I got lost one day. I didn't listen to my mother,
So
and I fell down a rabbit hole.
Mally will be like enacting this, like she's like walking on your palm, like looking for something, like where am
Oh my
I?
god.
And I fell down a hole.
Too cute.
And there was just so much. I mean, I could tell this story for days about what happened, but luckily, Mally found me, and we escaped together. And now we're here with our new friends who can't hear her. It's terrifying.
What
Isn't it?
now?
Okay. Where are you from? Maybe we should maybe this time we have an answer. Where are you from?
Mally? Should we tell them?
She's like looking around, like squeak. We might want to.
It's Glaive Marsh, right?
The Glaive Marches, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Ooh,
Well,
that sounds
it's
cool.
called the Glaive Marches. That's where my house is. Well, my mom's house. I don't own it.
He like leans back. So you escaped from the Glaive Marches then?
Well, no, I didn't escape from there. I escaped from the rabbit hole that was around there. That's where I escaped. Well, we escaped together, I get down there, and then we came out together. So one came in and two came out.
Okay. Now everyone, I think that maybe our travelers are a little weary from perhaps not quite sleeping so much. I will offer them tenancy in my boarding house, and so I can keep an eye on them for y'all, get them some good meals and so forth, and we'll go from that. Now, seeing as how you don't have any cash on you at the time, excuse me, I do know that there are favors that can be done in town, so maybe I'll get a determination of your character. Does that sound fair? Maybe you do a few things that need done, and we'll put you up for the night and let you rest and sort this out.
Those terms sound fair.
DM, that's too far.
Is that a real usage?
No, I just did that to distract you.
Okay.
Can we take like a 2-minute break so I can pee my dog? Caitlin is not here.
Okay, Kern's gonna pee on his dog. We can take a 5-minute break.
You're
Okay.
Or we'll do a 10-minute break. So, because dogs, it can be whatever.
Literally, it'll be 5 minutes. He is very fast.
You're good. We'll come back at 8:30. How about that?
How's the stream?
I can't.
I don't know how to. I can't.
No,
I'll just let it go.
it's fine. Just
Yeah?
just turn your camera off.
Turn my camera off, bro.
You don't have to. Never mind. If it's too strenuous. Like this. Boop. See, I'm gone.
Or post-it note
no,
over
that's
it.
a good idea. I don't.
Okay, I will be back as well.
Are you really doing the post-it? I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Heck yeah, that was a good
Might
idea.
as well.
Chris. Oh
Here,
no,
bud.
it fell. I got it. It's okay.
John! John! You can't hear me, John.
Oh wait, yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
John!
Ah.
Ryan! Ryan!
Cool whip.
What's up?
Where?
Why? Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H?
I was gonna ask that.
Cool whip.
Cool whip.
The whole time he's saying that, so I just want to be like, cool whip.
Cool whip.
Cool whip.
What do you
Well,
mean?
I'm
I'm
just
just
saying,
saying
cool
cool
whip.
whip.
Wheat thins.
Wheat thins.
Thins literally they made a commercial on that
Yeah, they
bit.
did.
Like they bought Family Guy rights for a Wheat Thins commercial. Did you guys ever see that?
No.
Yeah.
I will look that
Thins.
shit up now.
Oh, dude, no, it was not just like the bit from the show. Like they legitimately had it was like a commercial with that joke, and it was like Brian and Stewie arguing. V funny. This music's dope. It reminds me of Elder Scrolls Online, which I need to play later.
Reminds me of Skyrim that I should play later.
Dude, Elder Scrolls is just like so fun. I don't know why. Every game's just come back to it.
Well, they fucking came out with the 10th anniversary on November 11th again.
I know.
So I've been playing
Dude,
that.
it's like I literally played that game for the first time in my freaking college dorm room, like at like 3 a.m. because I went to the midnight release and it took forever. And I literally played it in complete silence because I didn't want to wake up I was in a quad. I had 3 other roommates. I didn't want to wake anyone up. So I played it in complete silence, just like wondering like, what does this game fucking sound like, bro? And I didn't get to hear like the "you're finally awake." So like I didn't know what that meme was for the longest time.
Oh no!
And then I replayed it with the sound because like I usually do like one huge ass playthrough and then I do like random playthroughs after I beat it. Like this is finally like I get it now. Like this is why people always meme this. It's like "you're finally awake."
I'm still finding shit. Like this is like my third full
It's nuts.
playthrough, and I'm still finding shit that
Dude, that's every Elder Scrolls game. Like I've been replaying Morrowind, and that game's been out since like 2002. I still find new shit. I'm like, how? How do people
love to replay Oblivion?
There are people that have done everything. It's like I don't know how. Oh, Oblivion's the one, dude. It's the one. It's probably the best game ever made.
If they just update Oblivion to play like Skyrim, that would be the best.
Oh. Or just even like an HD remake. I'd be so down.
Yeah.
Like some of the graphics in that game are horrible. Like the faces when people are like,
true.
"Yeah, finally, away."
There's like no townspeople. It's like
They're
just the
so
shopkeepers
bad.
and stuff. The guards, when you like do something illegal, they'll just like catch you from like 20 miles away. It's like, how
There's
dare
like
you do that?
guards, and then I'm a shopkeep. That's like, oh, yeah. Then pay with your blood.
Actually, I think there's a mod someone's making. It's called Skyblivion. They're essentially making Oblivion with Skyrim controls and everything. But I don't know much else into it.
Dragonborn.
I liked Skyrim's controls a lot, but I really, really liked the magic system of Oblivion, where you could just like literally fly or like explode people. Like, I don't know. They kind of took magic and made it different in Skyrim.
I don't remember that at all.
I liked being able to cast spells. Dude, there was, if you did the Mages Guild in Oblivion, you could create custom spells where you could basically like, I'm gonna fortify my acrobatics by like 4,000 and fly.
I remember
like
that.
you can just jump. It's freaking dumb. You can craft any spell in like any parameters basically.
I mean,
pretty
I only
cool.
played Oblivion once, but I played it for 3 months straight.
Best
All the
game.
Shivering Isles, all the Knights of Nine.
Oh, dude.
I did all
Shivering
of that.
Isles is like one of the best
Ryan,
you ever
weren't
made.
weren't you the one who called me a fucking nerd earlier?
Yeah, you are a fucking nerd.
For naming one character as a Guild Wars reference.
I mean, you see all the shit.
3 months.
You see all the shit behind me, and I'm not a nerd. You see my Tiamat right here, and I'm not a nerd. I mean, come on.
collection.
Yeah, are those keyblades behind you?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
That's
I've got
so
5.
rad.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Kingdom Hearts has one of the most ridiculous plots. Like I still don't get it.
Yeah.
And I've been like observing it for like 20 years and I'm like
What is going
what the
on?
fuck is this game even about?
Yeah, you gotta play the first game, then you gotta play the sub game, then you gotta play the second game, then you
Like,
gotta play all
ooh,
the sub
Disney.
games in between.
Yeah, there's a
It's a-
lot
it's a
going on
There's
there.
so much.
It's a 10-game collection.
The lore is and all the lore like contradicts itself. It'll be like, all right, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, all this plot published, and then it's like, all right, so then you have Kingdom Hearts like Hidden Hearts, and it's like
Yeah.
everything is completely reset, but it's like an alternate timeline, but it's still part of the timeline, but it's not. Also, Jack Sparrow and Mickey. Like,
Well, you got
Yeah.
one, you got one, and then you have Chain of Memories, which is in between 1 and 2. Then you have
Right.
2, and then in between 1 and 2 as well, you got 358.5 days, which is the other side of the story of shit that's going on. Then you have Birth by Sleep, which is technically the first game. Oh, bye, Christian.
Christian, no.
I don't know why my stuff
He's
keeps.
back. There he is. Then you have Birth by Sleep, which is like the first game. And then you got 3 Ds, which is like in between 2 and 3, and then you've got 0.2, which is technically somewhere in between timeline-wise, because time's stupid, in between 1 through 3, and then you have 3, and then you have Melody of Memory, which has story freaking content, but is a stupid rhythm game.
and people complain about the Zelda timeline, and then you have the Kingdom Hearts timeline, and you're like, no,
and
man.
Then
you can't complain.
you have a stupid mobile game, Unchained Key, along with Dark Road, which is all before all that shit.
And then also, for some reason, Skull, Sephiroth, and Cloud from Final Fantasy, which are canon appearances. The ending of 3, not to spoil too much, but it literally Sora into another Square game. The world, I think it's called The World Ends With You. I used to play it on my freaking phone, which is a canon. It's a canon universe. It's confirmed that all the Square universes are
Well, yeah, Donald Duck is
of the ending of 3.
Donald Duck is the strongest black mage in all of Final Fantasy ever.
I saw that meme.
Casting Zeta Flare, so
yeah.
All right.
That shit is so dope.
no one's ever been able to cast anything close to that. Not even the strongest.
Like literally, he is canon. He like Meteor is comparable, but Zeta Flare is literally like the strongest spell like in the Square universe, and he literally is just like for fun.
He just did it.
Like he just
did
kills
it
a guy.
For fun.
He just like Zeta Flares for no reason.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I know my next mage is going to be Donald Duck inspired, so he can cast.
God damn it!
A
Love it,
trap
definitely.
Donald Duck.
It's
Do the
just
voice right now.
I actually, that's one voice I cannot do is Donald Duck. I really fucking suck at Donald Duck.
Okay.
Zeta Flare, baby.
So we are now back. So,
We're back.
you guys had agreed that, in exchange to stay with Briar in his boarding house, that you would do a few things for the townspeople. So first, he brings up Matthew and Dominic Westrani. A lot of notes here. So they come up together, and they have similar shades of that skin tone as the rest of the town, and they both have matching short spiked hair with that like line cut into the buzz on the left side. Their clothes are kind of dirtied from like flour and some kind of dyes. And they are practically never separate. So Briar introduces them. Now, this is Matthew and Dominic Westrani. They run the bakery. And what was that name you get? Well, it was kind of funny. And Matthew goes, it's Need Me. Yeah, the Need Me bakery. And so, now what do you boys need?
I need a croissant right now.
A croissant.
Give me that croissant.
He's like, well, we're pretty low on wheat. We're having trouble keeping up with kind of current demands with the flour of the town, so we're going to need wheat as well as some mistletoe for some different ingredients.
Mistletoe?
Yes.
But you gotta be careful with that stuff.
And they both look at each other.
Great.
Everybody
Don't
looks
know what
around
you're
like,
talking
why?
Because it makes you kiss people.
I was gonna say, is that custom established in Camarilla?
By the overall reaction of the crowd, you can tell it is not a custom, at least in Alanda Vale. Briar looks at Char like, what?
The mistletoe tells you to kiss people. Once you see the mistletoe, it speaks to you and it says, Baba said, kiss so-and-so. You have to kiss that person. You just gotta be careful.
It's a Candle Knight's tradition. How have you not heard of this?
And
It's also a fantastic spice.
I think it means they have a foot fetish.
You're way off base.
Mally she kisses the air and gets like real big eyes and like bats her eyelashes. and the two bakers are like, did you know that? No. And Briar, well, maybe we just add that one to the list and we'll talk about that one later. They need wheat and they need mistletoe. Let's just leave
Wheat.
it at that.
People say goblins are the weird ones.
Wheat thins.
Now, where is I know Melandra is here. She's a real quiet type. And he'll call out like Melandra, like he'll call her up. Just come up here whenever you're ready, I guess. And Gregor, how about you go next then? So Gregor like kind of shuffles up. Yes. We need stone from the quarry. We are working on our home for Janice, and we need more stone for the foundation. There is a quarry. There are people working there as we speak. You just have to bring a good load back so we can get to work. And Briar's like, yep, that seems all right. Do they have the proper tooling over there at the quarry? I believe they do. We'll say that yeah they do. Otherwise, you have to carry it by hand. And there you are, Melandra, come here now. And she's like this tall, gangly looking thing. She is darker skin than most of the people here. She looks to be middle-aged, kind of in that region. She has a dirt-smeared and hole-patched apron to cover up her linens. She has a graying hair bun on the top of her head with sort of strands kind of coming loose on the sides. She's pretty soft-spoken, and you can see that she's trying to be like the smallest possible object in the existence of the world. And he brings her in real close. You can tell they're friends. Now you had some trouble at the greenhouse, didn't you? Is that right, Mel? She nods. Okay. Do you know what you needed? And she just kind of says, soil and water to refill my jugs. So, can you say that one more time now? Yeah, I need soil and better water for my plants. They're not doing very well. Okay, I heard most of that. Now, it sounded like soil and water. Is that right? Okay. She'll provide you with the jugs, of course. Now, judging by how long these might take to do, how far y'all have to go to do them, you could probably only do 2 of them. So I'll let y'all choose which 2 you want to do. You can get stone for Mr. Gregor here. You can go and get wheat and mistletoe for the bakers. Or you can go and get water and soil for Mel. It's really up to you.
I vote the water and soil so we can go talk to those flowers and make them feel better.
Personally, I would have also chosen that because I'm...
You cut out because why?
What about... I've done a little bit of gardening before.
Yeah, why don't you two head with them? That sounds good.
What are you guys gonna do?
You guys not wanna come with
we're
us?
quite large individuals by size, so why don't we go to the quarry?
It sounds good to me.
Looking at Rigurd, feel a large individual in his brain.
I kind of stance up a little bit. I'm still on all fours, but just kind of perk up, chest out a little bit,
on your haunches.
On my haunches.
Fairly higher than my knees.
Who's standing next to me right now?
In terms of...
I was gonna say, he's gonna
or players.
He's gonna look at Arkul and be like, that guy's bigger.
I'm gonna stand up and do the whole gorilla thing, just...
You can see Elizabeth perk up in the background, doing one of those oh my god, and
E-boy goblin.
And even Briar's Mr. Hadrian.
What? You got a problem?
I think you should stick with your friends here and make sure the goblin goes with you. Now, no offense or nothing, but you ain't that threatening, and if something should happen, I would be remiss if you got hurt. That was
Not meaning to offend Rigurd, he's gonna be like,
Also, I mean, you crawl on all fours in the dirt, so it might be a fitting task for you.
Oh boy. Wait, so just to clarify, they want Rigurd to go to the garden.
he didn't mean to offend you. Obviously, like he's like
He's
really,
taking
he doesn't
offense
get
to
social
it.
stuff. No, I know, but like he.
Oh, I know.
Briar is suggesting to like keep everybody together to make sure that everybody is in check.
Oh, what the fuck? DM's got something planned that we can't split the party?
What?
You can if you
Here's
want.
this.
You
No.
can if you want.
Let's all of us
John.
go.
Whatever
Let's
makes,
all
John,
of
if you
us go
want
do the
stones
soil and
yourself,
water.
go for
One
it,
at a
dude.
time, one at a time.
whatever makes you comfortable in the end of the day. Like you're giving us your home. Whatever makes you comfortable. Happy to help.
Well, let's all go do the soil and water first, and then go do the stones.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I didn't whispering so no one else can hear me. I didn't have any interest in helping the bakers poison people.
Are you saying that to Briar?
No, yes, because mistletoe's poisonous if you didn't pick up.
He goes, what? No, you got it all wrong, Hadrian. No, they make this. Oh, and you can see he's like his like mouth is watering just thinking about. No, they make. No. They make this little. What do you boys call it? It's so good. It's this little berry, and I don't know what they do, but man, it just perks me up. And you wouldn't expect it from a little nub of a berry, but man, it makes me feel good, and it feeds you for the whole day, if you can believe that. And they always, is that right, boys? And they're like, yeah, that's We make it out of mistletoe.
Can I meta and ask if it's goodberry?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, like Felix doesn't know that at
yeah.
all. But,
Well,
just
it sounds like y'all made your choice. So,
Good
Mel,
berry
where
this
did
spell.
you-
Hot lore.
Well, Mel, she already disappeared. Now, her greenhouse is behind my boarding house. We'll take a walk right over there. Oh, hold on, I gotta fix some other. We'll take a walk right over there when y'all ready to leave, and then we'll head to the quarry. Or you will head to the quarry. I got things to do.
Quarry.
So everyone
His
now,
voice is like molasses.
these people are all right. They're gonna do what they can, and I think we should give them a chance. I mean, worked out for me. And everybody's kind of like, "Oh, Briar, you did it again." Like, all right. So, you feel this is like really good. We're about to travel music.
I know, right?
I was gonna say this music is getting me amped.
Yeah. So, we'll take a stop down by the stop by the boarding house, and go behind to the greenhouse, and y'all can get your jugs and pick up what you need.
Let's go.
Jugs.
The jugs.
Does Felix have titties?
I rewatched Cowboy Bebop, and
God
there's
damn it.
literally a character. Well, I don't want to. I mean, it's a really good freaking anime. If you haven't seen it, fucking watch it. There's a character that is revealed to be like somewhat titties when it's a guy, and I was like, fucking Felix.
Note to self: there's a somewhat titties guy.
Titties.
All right. So, as you guys,
Dude, he's like the coolest character.
yeah, as Briar, he's
a sax man.
breaks up the crowd, and he starts to take you guys through the town, so you can see all the different buildings a little bit more up close and personal now. Doing pretty good on time. So he brings you guys up to this pretty sizable building that looks sort of like it almost like a barn shape is what you guys think of it as players. It has that barn shape and thatch roofing, and it looks like it has 2, maybe 3 levels. And he kind of like gestures to the thing in a grand way and goes, "This is my boarding house. used to be a school back in the day, and I do what I can to keep it refurbished and up to snuff. Now, come on, don't be lazy now. And he walks you guys around the back of the building. And he goes, now that right there, and you can see this, a pretty large glass enclosure that has a sharp angled roof with glass walls all around it. It's old and dirty, you can tell from here. The windows have that heavy green tint to it, and a sort of a crusted exterior. That right there is Mel's greenhouse. Now that's where her plants are. That's probably where the jugs are if I had to guess. Then you can see her like messing around with stuff on the inside. Yeah, well, you can see she dipped out a little early on the meeting. Let's go get those jugs real quick and we'll send you guys on your way. Are you getting the soil first, Ryan?
Where would we find the soil?
Well, that's the place.
It's just dirt. It's all around.
No. She's very particular. Let's go talk to her. Mel, we're coming up now. Mel. And she like, you kind of like startle her as you guys are walking to this greenhouse. And you can see it's pretty sizable. There are 2 tables on either side. So you walk in and there's like a half step down. There are 2 old wood tables along either wall on the left and right, and there's also one in the center. It's more of an island than a table. And there are numerous plants all around this thing. Different kind of leaves. Some of them are more wide-leaved and rubbery, whereas other ones are thin and a little bit longer. There's this kind of smell of mildew in the air, and you guys can see that some of the pots have like pooled water sitting on the soil, and many of the plants have like yellowed leaves as well as kind of having lost their color from Char and Felix. Make nature checks for me.
Okay.
Since you guys specifically have botanical gardens in your backstories.
Ooh.
12.
9.
Goddamn, Felix. Roll something tonight, would you? Okay. So,
Dude, I'm a commoner.
Yeah, right. Yeah, everything's just like nice.
0, 0, 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got twice in my life.
So, from what you guys kind of remember from the gardens or the floral spaces that you had in your hometowns, the plants are not doing well. It's long story short.
They look dead.
Even you can tell that like they're not doing very fucking well.
So I'm gonna grab onto one of the leaves, sink to the ground, and just start crying. Literally just tears.
So
like
you see,
unconsolable.
You see like a little bump kind of come up her clothing and like peek out at the shoulder, and she like is like kind of like taking stock of like what's going on, who hurt you. And
Felix will try to console her, just like, there, it's okay.
And
Well,
Mally, like her tail is kind of like
Back
perked
to
up.
life. That's what we're here for.
Her tail was perked up, like it's like what's going on, and then she like sees you and sees the plant, and her tail like droops, and you just feel this little paw like there, like on the side of your cheek.
all right.
So
It's like the most adorable shit ever.
you do this a lot, don't you? This
And
these emotions.
And Mally looks up at you and just goes,
Can't you feel that they're just suffering? Felix, can you feel that?
Yeah, I feel it. It's really sad, but the cool thing is we can hopefully fix them. That's the whole point of us being here. They're not dead forever.
Okay, Arkul, do you think maybe you could go fetch some water for this plant while I hold its hand still?
Sure, yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, let's fix everything. And he's like looking at everyone else besides Char and being like, let's fuck. Do
I'll walk
this.
off and I'll find a jug
It's everything.
and pick it to
Briar
fill
and
it with
Mel are
water.
just kind of looking at each other like, it's a plant. Like even Mel is kind of like, I mean, like this is my domain, but like, what?
I've got the same face. Like, why?
Yeah, and she goes like, oh, just over here, please, to Arkul, and you can see that she's got some pretty sizable jugs. Oh God.
Oh, don't you know?
No!
Jugs.
I knew it when I said it. Fuck you. I heard it when I said it. Damn it.
How sizable? How sizable, Joe?
Sizable. There are
Like
individual.
sizable.
There are individual containers with which you will use that are of sizable proportions.
Like, how big are they?
So, are we talking like
John,
handful?
no, Christian, John, no.
So
It's
you
about
will-
wieners. Okay.
only one person will be able to carry one container, and
Oh, one
she'll-
jug.
she'll
It takes two.
No!
She'll tell you guys that the water that she's looking for comes from they're called pitcher plants, but they're pretty large. They are
Jug
in.
plants.
Stop! I will end you.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh. I'm sorry. I am 12.
He's got documentation.
Like my face is red. My face is red from trying to. Alright, sorry. I'm back. Jugs.
So she tells you
Jugs.
where the pitcher plants are. I will kick you out of this party so fast. Where the pitcher
Alright,
plants
sorry.
are.
I'm back.
That is also where like the ideal soil is, because the pitcher plants are of a similar kind of growth consistency to what she's trying to do. And if you take the containers, you can, since there was a recent rain, you could dump the liquid from the pitcher plants into the containers, and that should be enough, as well as gather whatever soil you can from around them.
I will
So,
do
like,
exactly
what
that.
do these things look like, huh? What do these plants look like?
Do you know
Pitcher
what
plants. Have you ever seen a pitcher before?
He like gestures like holding a pitcher or like a mug, like obviously Joe has.
Like a pitcher.
Oh, one of those? I'm just gonna draw in the dirt, like, so is it like this? And it's Weeping Bell. It's fucking Weeping Bell.
Like from Pokemon?
Yeah.
John, if you're gonna try art,
Okay.
make a performance check.
I was gonna say I just imagine like scribbles in the dirt.
It's like
God damn it,
one
everything's
line.
zero.
Thing.
Performance. Roll. Fuck. It's not good. It's a 2.
Oh my god!
Oh my
yes.
god.
Yes.
God damn it, it's on par.
Circle.
So Rigurd fucking like yeah, dude, it looks like this.
Just
right?
draws a dick.
Like, right?
I love it.
You know, that kind of looked like a ladle. You know, if you expand the spoon part a little deeper and then make the handle like this, and
He'll also try to correct the drawing. So on that.
I'm gonna pull out my actual ladle that I have. I wasn't trying to draw this.
You don't have a
Oh,
lid- you do
finally
not
a
have
good
lid.
roll. 14.
We don't. You said we still had the daggers, and
You haven't.
remember
You're starting
mine
with the
was
dagger.
the.
No. You're starting with the dagger.
Oh, we're not.
Not
Okay.
from session 0 didn't happen.
Rule 1, everybody's got a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
And I said
With
you don't have it
his
yet.
dagger, Felix
Damn
will
it!
try to fix it with a 14 performance.
It gets
It's
a
just
little
gonna-
better.
The only way to fix it is just erase it.
Would I be able to recognize a pitcher plant if I saw one?
What was your nature check earlier?
12.
We're all terrible.
Them
I think
common
so.
rules, baby.
I think you.
Okay.
I think you spent enough time with like Leah. Like you could at least kind of like recognize.
But
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
they're
wouldn't know
like-
what they look like because you're staying there.
Well, through my tears, I'm gonna say, I think
Through
I
my
know
tears.
what this looks like. So as long as someone carries this stuff, I can show you what they look like.
Mally like actively dodging the
Okay.
falling tears. Like don't stay in my clothes. Don't stay in my clothes.
I'll
One teardrop, she drowns.
them
Oh,
together. Don't worry.
Like plankton with the teardrop.
I am small.
If- So if we go get these plants and revive these things, will you stop crying?
yes, because then we can stop their suffering. Oh, they need to be outside, but this is just, oh, I can't breathe in here. I'll step outside, but I'll keep in mind what we're supposed to look for.
Yeah. So
I can't carry anything.
Char looks
Al,
up.
was it?
Char looks up and it's pretty gnarly on the glass on pretty much every side. Like the plants are getting light, but not ample light to any degree. Like there's like a green hue in the air as you guys are walking
it's
around.
just gross. Yeah. Well, I'll step outside and wait for them
Okay,
by
and
the
then,
containers or whatever.
John, did you have a question?
Mel, right?
Yes.
Which way do these flowers?
She points southwards. that
I'm just
way.
out the door to the south, just...
Okay.
All fours.
And she'll look at
Yeah,
Arkul.
I'm going
like,
on all fours.
Like seeing Arkul like walk around the greenhouse, and she'll step out and be like, it's those ones. They're kind of heavy.
Oh, thank you. I'll go ahead and pick one up.
Strength check, boy.
Woo!
I was gonna say Felix wants to try to pick one up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm very,
It's a very low DC.
competitive.
What'd you roll? No, you didn't.
I'm not ready.
I
No.
did.
No!
Natural one.
Is it a 1?
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Throws out his back.
So
His
Arkul,
scales.
like picks this thing up
Gone.
and like it slips, crashes on the ground, and she like looks
Oh,
Oh, I'm terribly sorry about that. It slipped right through my claws.
at. I don't have
let
very
me-
many of those.
Cool, what's wrong with you?
Felix.
Pick it up like this.
I'll fix that one.
Strength check, Rigurd. And
I was gonna
Felix.
say Felix also rolled. I want to see Rigurd's first though.
Hey, 19. Strength.
Oh,
Dirty
shit.
20.
Jeez.
Damn.
Felix
Yeah.
8.
is what?
8.
So, Rigurd picks this thing up like Link carrying around a fucking pot.
Yes.
And Felix is able to get his mitts around it, but it's real awkward. He can carry it. It's just, there's like a meatball on the end of a skewer. It's just really heavy.
He's like, the noises he makes picking up the jug. I'm not gonna make them, but
Please
they're
I think
very
you should.
uncomfortable.
I think you
I
should.
feel like we need to hear this.
Can I help him? Like, put a hand on the bottom and hold some weight?
No.
No, he doesn't want help at all.
The pot definitely.
He's just
takes 2 hands. The pot definitely takes 2
like
hands.
he's definitely lifting with his back and not his legs, and he's like, "You have to lift your legs." His face is like super fucking red, but he's like really proud that he actually was able to pick it up when Arkul dropped his. He's like, "It's not that bad," and he's like, literally like, it's like drag. You can tell it's like bowing his back. Like it's literally so uncomfortable for him to carry this, but he's just gonna keep carrying it.
I will say, from the sheer magnitude of cringe, that I'm not gonna make a deception check. That like everybody knows.
Oh yeah, like he's I'm sure he's probably not aware of how cringe he looks, but he's proud of himself for being able to pick it up. That's basically
Right.
it. But as he's carrying this jug, it is very apparent that he is struggling like a motherfucker.
So Felix and Rigurd have the available containers. And so Briar like points you guys in the southern direction. He's like, "That's where you're gonna find the plants." And
Do you know how far it is?
He's like, well, it's a couple hours. I mean, you're gonna be walking for a minute.
Okay.
Can I?
You're cutting out. Real
Oh
bad.
god, the sounds are hurting. Can I just? What?
Nothing. Never mind.
Can I drag 2 if I don't pick it up? Like, can I grab the rim of both and just drag them behind me?
Make another strength check. You know, you had a dirty 20. I'll give you that.
Pretty good.
Felixis, just put it down. Put it down. I
How
got
many
it.
more jugs does she have?
Looks like you got the last 3 with you.
Breathe.
Or 2, because one is broken.
Yeah, there were. Yeah, I mean, Arkul broke one. LOL. And then Felix has one. And
Lol.
has 2.
Okay.
Well,
The
no,
water.
I'm taking the one from Felix since he's blowing out his O-ring over here.
You've got,
I'll
you've got
make
He
I'll make a strength check to carry the last one then.
Okay. Go ahead.
no, the last one's oh wait.
No,
There were 4. 1 broke.
Oh, okay, they're okay.
Oh, show me. What is it?
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Where is it? Oh,
Right there.
Nice.
Oh, with
darn
those
no.
custom dirty dowels.
Nice. Is that
I'm
our
never
first
standing those
20? Like
fuckers.
real 20?
Yes, it is.
That's the first crit.
Yay!
Yeah, so whereas Rigurd was like, well, that ain't that bad, Hadrian is like, this isn't bad at all. Like, holds it up.
Spinning it like a basketball on his finger.
Yeah. So, all of you have your pots. Char is, like, with Mally. Mally has, like, this tiny little handkerchief and is, like, kind of trying to dry up whatever surface area she can of the tears. And
Using
then, like,
her
that's
own
so-
tail, just meh.
And then, yeah, she, like, wrings it out and then, like, gets back at it. And-
Felix will notice this gesture and will be like, "Do you want to cry into this?" Like holding back his own tears from just complete stress.
Lost him.
Char will reach out to grab Felix's hand and be like, "Thank you so much. I've got so
I'm in
many
a lot
emotions."
of pain.
I can't do this.
This whole time. Holy shit.
All right.
God,
so
why are
wait,
you so cringe?
Rigurd. So Felix will refuse your attempts to help for like maybe the first 15 minutes, but then after like the 15 minutes, he's just gonna be like,
Okay, it's really difficult for me. Can you help?
Let's go ahead and sit down.
well, he doesn't want to sit down. He just like literally like
Well-
there's 2 handles on the jug. He'll like want like one other hand on the jug so he can like still try to carry it, but
Okay.
you know what I mean. With an 8 roll, he's giving an 8 effort on the one handle, so it's probably like kind of dragging on his end, and then on your end, it's probably like up in the air because you rolled a 19. That's what I don't know.
And then you're carrying the other one with one hand as well. Then.
Yes.
Dragging it. Oh, fuck.
Thanks.
I dropped my die.
I've
Dragging,
never really
not
been a,
breaking.
I've never really been a,
Well,
strong kind of person, but I try.
gotta make
That's okay.
constitution saves for the pots.
I'm
And-
not
and-
strong either, mentally, emotionally, or physically.
Hashtag
What?
IRL me.
Wait,
I
Sam.
muttered to myself, I bet we'll
Yeah.
be at the end of this journey.
So Mally, like, she like squiggles back down, and you like wait a second, and then she squiggles back up, and she like offers you the other half of the cracker, Char.
I'll
is-
I'll take it.
Like,
Get that blood
Thank
sugar
you.
going.
yeah, and she's like, "You're the strongest person I know."
Oh, Mally.
Little squeak.
I friggin' love Mally, dude.
And she'll,
Like-
she'll
Wait.
like
Protect-
cannonball back down into the pocket, and you just feel like
Perfect.
If you hurt Mally in any capacity,
DM,
Be in
that's
the-
too far.
campaign. Don't ever hurt Melly now. Please don't.
Okay, so
Protect
as you guys
Melly at all costs.
head southward into these southern forests, obviously. So I'll say the people carrying jugs cannot also lead. So Arkul and Char. Arkul, please don't fail me now. Make
God.
survival checks.
Okay.
See how long it takes.
Natural 1, you die.
8.
You do not survive.
Oh, you got crackers. 8.
12. I don't think it's plus anything. Probably not.
It would be wisdom, which you have a -1.
Ah, so
Oh,
11.
Fuck. Rough.
Okay, so it takes you guys quite a few hours to kind of discern where you are in the forest and like, have we been here before? I think those are our footsteps, not 100%. Walking around in similar as before, as you guys were walking here from Elizabeth's cottage, let's say. Those of you who are familiar with the forest and the fauna and all of that, more of the differences are kind of coming out. That there are a much wider variety of trees than you ever thought. You've never seen like what would be a weeping willow before. You've never seen what would be like a birch tree before. They've all been more.
That's cool.
They've all been shorter, kind of coniferous trees.
But we don't see
Weeping
any
willows
of
are
the,
really cool, by the way.
any of the.
Did you say
Picture-
whomping
are
willows?
cool.
Willows are really
Weeping.
cool. The whomping willow.
Willow, Harry!
God, you're so loud.
Whopping Willow!
So it
Good
takes you guys.
All right, I don't want to distract. I'm sorry.
It takes you guys a few hours before, like, finally there's almost a burst of color through the tree line, whereas most of the colors you've seen have been like kind of greens, some very deep reds, and not a whole lot of difference other than like the browns and the barks and the dirt. Other than that, there's a nice little burst of in this patch of succulent plants. I think they're. Are they? I'm pretty sure the carnivorous plants are succulents. Anyway, you see their burst of color as the fly traps have their leaves open with that kind of pinkish hue shining forth, I suppose. And there are a variety of pitcher plants. There are the elongated ones that have just a kind of rosy red peeking out at the top around their folds, as well as the wide, more weeping bell kind of pitcher plants.
Lol.
A lot brighter yellows. And you can see a lot of them are pretty full to the top. There are various insects hovering around these things. You can see plants closing and opening as you guys are there. And we had, I think the higher survival check was 11. So as you guys are
1-1, baby.
are approaching the plants and working around, you do hear like some other noises going on around you. Like, what was that? And you'll see there is a girl who's kind of she's standing on her feet, but she's like bent all the way down. Her legs are all the way folded, and she's like collecting these flowers, and she's got like a couple notes spread on the floor, and a pestle and a mortar. And she just looks over at you guys, and then just looks back and just keeps minding her own business. She also has very dark skin, as most of the people do in Alanda Vale. She looks very young, like maybe 20, maybe younger. She has very long black hair that runs down her back and has matching bangs that shine in the light. She has the similar kind of peasant clothing as the rest of the town, nothing really shining forth, but she does wear like shorts while she's in the forest, and she doesn't pay you guys any mind. So you guys can collect the nectar or talk or not, do whatever you want.
Jar, these are the flowers that she was talking about, right?
Yeah. So do I need to make a check for that, Joe, to make sure I can recognize the flowers, or?
No, you're pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, those are the ones. Yeah. I mean, I can talk to them first and double check, but that's up to you.
You can talk to the flowers?
Most of the time, they respond.
Well, okay then, I guess ask them?
Okay, well, thank you. I'll go ask. So I'm gonna go up and talk to it and, like, actively try and have a conversation with it.
Yeah, the plants, they just kind of stand. There's no reaction of any kind.
Perfect. I'm gonna turn around and be like, well, these ones must be a little shy. They're not really talking to me right now, but I'm pretty sure that's the one we want.
So then, do we just tilt them? What do you want us to do? I don't want to kill these plants.
Yeah, that's a good
Felix,
question.
in a moment of extreme confidence, is go to the girl crushing stuff with her mortar pestle, and he's gonna be like,
Excuse me, do you know if these,
and he points over to what we think are the pitcher plants.
are pitcher plants?
So she keeps writing a few notes. She has a notebook, and she has like a small container that was on the other side of her, and she writes a few things down. And she'll stop, and you can hear her kind of muttering things, and then she'll stop and look at you, and she speaks very quickly. She's not quiet. You don't really get that she's timid, kind of like Mel was. She's just very short-spoken. Like, yes, those are the pitcher plants, otherwise known as Nepenthes. Oh God, how do I say that? Otherwise known as
Nepenthes nuts.
Distillatorium.
No!
Man,
Nepenthes
Shadow Bin, 2
Distillatorium.
minutes.
Nepistides distillturenses.
She
Yeah,
keeps
okay.
writing her notebook, just
Oh,
like,
my friends, my friends and we're on I guess a quest of sorts to get water from them, and we have to take them back to the gardener of I'm forgetting Londa Vale. Mel, do you know her?
she just keeps writing. An expedition. Curious.
Anyway, it was nice to meet you.
And then he just like darts back to the group.
Would we know how to get the water out of the pitcher
so
plants? Sorry.
She said that the plants are indeed the Nestatittles, Mommy Milk Larissas.
No! I knew you were
can
going to do that.
It was only a matter of time.
I know.
And now it's canon.
She seemed pretty scientific. She seemed to know what she was talking about. So I think these are the plants right here.
And he points to the pitcher plants.
So then we just dump the water into the jugs.
If it's like a pitcher, it'll come right out.
I'm gonna go to the nearest 2 plants and
Make a dump check.
yes.
A dump check.
Dump it.
Every time
I'm gonna
walking
dump
in,
everything these planes have.
a dump check.
Yeah, so Rigurd...
Dump check. I passed.
So Rigurd goes up, and he grabs one of the larger bell plants, and just whoosh, all of this water just hits the ground and pours out kind of over the other plants.
Rigurd, you're supposed to pour it into the jugs we brought.
I did.
You said you just grab it and pour it. You didn't say you did it.
No, I said I grabbed the jugs next to the nearest 2 plants. That's what this fucking motion was.
I thought this was just grabbing.
That's why we have fucking cameras.
The cameras. Check the cameras. Check the cameras.
Do that motion again? I like that. We could be the birds of war.
The birds of
Bird
war.
milk. Crow. Wait, what was it like? Crow milk from
It's
Always
fight
Sunny.
milk.
Fight me, protein.
Fight milk. Fight like a crow.
Yeah.
Protein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caw.
The third verse is too many. No, the third verse clarifies the second. Like we're bird men.
Bro, I love that freaking. Oh god, I love that show.
So Rigurd will grab another pitcher and fill the containers with the liquids that were inside. So you'll have one full jug of the specific nectar that Mel was looking for. Rigurd, make another. Rigurd, make another strength check.
If he is trying to lift it, I mean, I don't know if Felix would just like immediately assume that he was going to help him carry it, but I mean, he'd probably assume it's heavier than it was before, and it took 2 people to carry his jug. Can he assist him?
Did you already roll?
I did.
It's a 1.
Roll it.
No, guys!
Assisted.
We're on.
Did you hear my assist thing?
No, because I already rolled and it was a little too late.
So Rigurd, being rather impetuous, it's like I don't need your help. And he's like some of the nectar that got on your hands, you like put your hands under the jug and they slip and hit the handles, and it falls over, and the liquids now they fall out all over the ground and all the other plants. The jar does not break.
Anger. Oh well, good. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
So
Also,
you guys just gonna stand there and
if you
watch,
want,
or you gonna help?
what if we plucked the plants and brought them back? I tried to help you, and you did not accept my help.
No, don't take the plants. They have a home here. We can't take the plants.
That's
we
right.
take them to more suffering in that house.
We don't want to kill any plants again.
Maybe if someone wants to help me carry one back, I will carry a jar back. If someone helps me.
I'll help you.
Okay. Felix, it's a nice thought, but maybe you should sit this one out.
I'll see what I can do.
You did just drop your jug right now, and so did you, Arkul. Not to boast or anything, but I'm one of the only people that carried a jug successfully.
Well, I definitely think Hadrian needs to carry one. Hadrian, are you okay carrying one back?
Yeah. I
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
Hadrian
so that's one
actually
taken
seems
care
like
of.
the most competent person in the whole party, so maybe
Yes.
So like after
he's like, why are we helping these people, bro?
after Felix like just roasts fucking half the party,
Everyone.
you hear like a slight giggle from the girl who was in the back, like
You guys,
comical.
he does not mean to offend you guys at all. Like, he's literally that. He's not stupid. He's just like socially he doesn't get it. You know what I mean?
well played, mate. I'll take that. You go flirt with your gal pal over there.
When did he become British?
He's been British the whole time.
Hadrian's always had a British
Can't
accent.
confirm.
Confined. Wow, your accent's much thicker.
Wait,
And then he's gonna like acknowledge like that Hadrian was talking to him about flirting with a girl, and he's like,
wait, what? I was just asking if no.
It hurts. Stop.
Whatever you say, mate. Let's just get this done and move on to the next task so we can get some rest.
Okay.
Okay, so are you how many of the containers are you filling with the liquids?
Are these the same containers we're supposed to fill with soil?
Yes.
"Oh,
I would say we should probably do 2 with liquid and 1 with soil.
I agree.
So I'm gonna say that's the team. Like, based on what I know of plants, I think they need water, and then we put 1 soil and 2 with water.
Felix will attempt to. Well, we know that the soil is like strewn about these plants, right? Like that's been confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll
It's a little sopping
attempt to
wet,
fill
but you still can.
he'll attempt to fill the third one as daintily as possible with soil.
I'm going like hands in, like a little kid, just like whole handfuls of soil into the thing.
Oh,
Can I?
Felix
can I
is like flicking it. He's like literally like.
Can I show you guys a better way of filling this quickly?
You are the
Okay.
master of
I'm just gonna like tilt the pot on its side so the opening's facing me, and I'm very much just gonna like dog dig in the dirt and just fling it into the pot.
Mally was like kind of on
I
board
love
with
that
what
for
you
you.
were doing. She was like, "Oh, he's gonna scoop it. I got it." And she's like, she'll get down like by the opening and be like an air traffic controller, like waving it in, and then you start dogging it, and she's
That is high.
I'll grab her out of there.
so you lose her outline in the dirt,
Aw.
but when you lift her out of it, it like breaks off of her, and she
Okay.
shivers. Like,
And then Felix will casually like whisper to Mally like,
I told you he's the master of dirt.
and she's just like,
I'm gonna.
wait. So does Mally like? Obviously, she is speaking directly with Shar. Does she like understand common, but like she can't speak it back to us, or is it just like she just kind of like gestures? You know what I mean? Like I just want to make sure like if I'm speaking to Mally, does she understand me, or Felix perceive that she understands me?
yeah. So you.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
I mean, when people say things, she reacts in a very
She react. Okay, cool.
yeah. She's
That's
a
what I
very
figured.
anthropomorphic mouse.
I just want to sure. Felix is fucking fascinated by Mally. Like he thinks Mally is like so intriguing. He's like obsessed with Mally, and so am I. Just like as a guy like me, not just Felix. Mally rocks, dude. I love Mally.
I'm glad that like my side character that comes
It's
with
literally
me is more
the dopest.
Fantastic.
Well, it's also because Joe just like I don't know, just like the little like in betweener things. It's just really funny. I like it.
Stoked! I'm stoked, dude. It's a mouse, and it's in our party, and it has a sword.
A toothpick.
A toothpick sword. It's like that one book that I read in
Red
freaking
Wall?
grade school with like the mouse that had yes.
Red wall. Yes.
Literally, it's
was
the
the
book
same.
that had the mouse with the rapier and like the little Three Musketeers hat, and it was just like the coolest looking little. That's how I picture Mally. Is that book
series
cover?
did you guys read?
What do you say, Kern?
Hmm.
How many in the series did you guys read? Like, how far did you get? There's a ton of them.
All of them.
I think I
Tris,
read
all-
like
yeah,
one
all
or
of them.
two.
I think my brothers read all of them. I haven't read any.
Okay, it's really good.
It's pretty
Yeah.
freaking good. I should probably read them all. I
Definitely.
like really like that story.
I loved all of. Like I said, I read all of the ones he wrote.
Okay. So with that, Briar mentioned the quarry was also southward. So if you guys like kept going south, you'd hit it. If you could direct yourself, which So, I guess I'll ask this. It is 9:30. That's kind of where about I wanted to wrap things up. Do you guys? So, would anyone address the girl off to the side anymore?
Other than to tell her
No.
that thank you and
I was
Have a
gonna
good
say
day.
yeah. Felix would probably
Other than
thank
that.
her.
just like have a good day, you know.
Okay. Yeah. In general, yeah, she would pretty much.
Would you like to accompany us back?
She'd
I don't know.
she's like swirling things around in like a clear glass and pouring different things into a jug and like getting a whiff. The aromatic nature of these plants is quite peculiar. No. To Hadrian. She
Okay.
just says no. And then second question, would you guys go straight back to Alanda Vale or would you head to the quarry?
I feel like we're carrying a lot, and don't we have to carry the rocks
Yeah, I don't-
back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we-
Yeah, we got a lot.
So I think we all need to head back with our stuff to try and save these sad plants first, and then we can worry about the rocks for some person's house.
Agreed.
I was gonna say, we struggled with these empty pots, and now they're full of water and dirt.
Yeah.
Correct.
These bitches are.
Gold
These
team.
bitches are.
John, your mic always cuts out when you do that, right? You know that, right?
Do we make it back or no?
No, as in your mic cuts out when you do it. So when you do it more, your mic still cuts out.
Yeah,
Right,
keep doing
like-
it. Keep doing it, John. Keep doing it.
That's alright.
You might have
Fuck
noise.
you, Rachel.
He'll figure
Wait,
it
is my mic capping?
out. God.
No, it doesn't. What the shit?
We hear
Did
your
it not?
screams, Christian.
It
No,
did for
we don't
me.
hear John's. I heard it.
Stream clip.
Yeah.
No. No. Okay, so
Give the people what they want.
we will end.
And it's not a
we
mic
will
cap.
end the session with you guys depositing
No!
the materials you had picked up for Mel by the greenhouse. Okay. So yeah, we will end there, and then we'll say next time we pick back up on you guys going out to the second quest to pick up the stones from the quarry.
I want to play more, dude.
D&D, baby. Fuck
Wait,
you.
when's our next session? Because Christmas is coming
Yes,
up.
So, where's my phone? Yes, we do not have a session in 2 weeks
Fuck.
because that is Christmas Eve. Your guys'
Shit.
next session is January 7th, so we'll be opening up the new
Oh
year.
my
Oh,
god. That's far.
I know.
So
so
sorry.
far away.
Yeah,
Are you trying to ruin my life?
Dad,
Kearney.
50-50 shot for me because it's my birthday.
Oh my.
Oh my god, it's your
Kern.
birthday?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Wait. What if we all meet up for Kern's birthday,
Yes.
play a sesh for like 2 hours, and then we party for Kern's birthday?
We can get you a cake
Yes.
and everything.
I'm not opposed to that.